Claudia, Gianluigi. Hi, good afternoon. Do you need anything? Do you need something I can help with? Claudia, is not the option to the sharing slides is not available, is not activated.
Hello, Luis.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Yeah, it is not possible to share your slide by yourself, but you can share your slide with us, and then we'll handle the sharing.
Okay, I've sent my
Moodle.
presentation to Claudia 15 minutes ago.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, nice.
She will manage the account. Anyway, I think that at a certain point of the event, I will be the host, as introduce more or less what you think about the project, and then it is better. If you send these slides also to me,
Okay.
I don't know how many from the other university, because today is a very tough day for students, Italian students, because they just started the new lectures, and they're so busy days. That is the reason why we're going to take classes on Saturday.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, because there were not other time slots, and but you know, I told you that the last meeting. Yeah. How is the situation in Spain? Are you getting over?
Yeah, it's improving. It's improving. But everyone is thinking, politicians, people, everyone is thinking in Holy Week, spring break, and they want to take care and control the situation because it's too early. If we release the people and the opening hours and the bars and the pubs, we are going to be in trouble again in 3 weeks. So it's a okay. I can go, for example, this weekend to
something
my
that I heard
country
from
house.
the newspaper is that the third wave is coming. The third wave of pandemic is coming. Yes, just coming because of the variants.
We just passed the third. We are expecting the fourth.
Yeah. You already dealt with the third.
We are the first, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be a nice.
What about the vaccine?
Oh, for example, my sister is a professor in Le Lycée, in the high school, and on Tuesday it's ready for her. And I have friends in a school with children, 10, 12 years, and they are all receiving the vaccine. So it's going well.
Yeah, fine.
I hope we are going to be all vaccinated in 3, 4, 5 months.
Okay, the number of participants is increasing.
Claudia, long hair.
Hello.
Have you seen? It's grown so much. Time flies. Okay, I think we have some problems with the Facebook live streaming, but everything is recorded, so we will upload it on the YouTube and other channels as well.
But I don't think that all the enrolled to the course will attend this this event, because we know that many students, it's a working day. It's somewhere like Bulgaria, like Spain, perhaps in Italy.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
That's it. It's Friday. Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I know. But mostly it's afternoon.
And the bars close at 6 p.m. So that's the time to go to the bars right now. This is the time to go.
I know where you live.
Did you receive my presentation?
Yeah.
Or Claudia or
Yeah.
Gianluigi? Okay, thank you. It's too short as you asked for. Very brief.
So just one small technical communication. We ask all the participants to mute their microphones, otherwise I can do it as well. But if you want to intervene or say something, you can unmute yourself. Okay?
Claudia,
Yes?
can you make the presenters autonomous in uploading the presentation?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Can you make the presenter able to upload the presentation some way?
You want to make me to make you host to present?
Oh, I don't know, all the presenters, because from all university we have a presenter.
Yeah, so as soon as they speak, I will make you host.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you will manage the change of the hosting.
Okay, yeah. Do you have all the presentations, Gianluigi?
But if you allow me to be the host,
Yeah,
then you will lose this.
Yeah, the privilege. Yeah, so you have to admit people.
Yeah.
And everything. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the host. Lots of people coming in.
Hi, Stella. Hello. Are you going to present as well today? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Are you going to present as well today?
Good afternoon, Stella. I'm sorry, do you have any presentation for today?
I think she has some problems with her speakers. I think we're just waiting for a couple more participants, then maybe we can start, Gianluigi.
Yes, I think so. Just taking 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, Yannick is in. Petya is in. Petya is in. Isn't it? Frank is in.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good, Petya. Thank you. Paco is getting in.
Judith as well is here. Margot.
Okay.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
Julita. It's okay. I think we can start. We can start this event. We are 60 participants for time being, and yeah, we can start the event. Okay, guys. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. We are so excited because this is just the starting point of a common journey that will close around June, more or less. You know, you perhaps had a look at some presentations, some introduction to the project. This is an Erasmus project that lasting 3 years. We are at more or less concluding the activities of this project. And the most important part is just starting, that is the course. Because we have worked together, universities and farms, to develop this sort of innovative training material, but mainly innovative in the approach that I will show you in a while. Today is an event to introduce the course, of course. We would like to allow you, all the students, all the participants to the course, to know each other, even if this can happen just virtually. But just to let you touch that this is an international course. It's not just something proposed from a university or other university. It is an international course, bringing together different universities around Europe, following a standardized approach in developing materials, in developing methodologies, and so on and so on. I think that for students, it's a great opportunity to understand what is your, I would say, degree of internationalization, at least in terms of capability of using knowledge, capability of approaching to training. So I will just introduce the project with a brief presentation. So just let me upload the presentation. That is, okay, I'm gonna do another thing. I'll share just my screen, my screen, and then you should be able to see everything from the screen. Is that right? Claudia, can you confirm?
Yes, we can see your screen, yes.
Okay, fine. So let's introduce briefly myself. Okay. I'm Gianluigi De Pascala. I'm the project manager of Itomato project. I've been working on this project since the beginning of the project that started, that was in 2018. I represent the University of Foggia, that is the lead part and the manager of the project. I'm not the scientific coordinator because the scientific coordinator is the leader of my research team, that is Professor Conto, not attending this event, but I'm the manager. So I followed all of the activities, and I have worked with the eTOMATO team that I will introduce you in a while. So I have worked together with other universities. I will assist the professor Maria Antonietta Fiore, that I guess she's attending the event during the course, but I want the professor of the course. From the other universities that you can read in the cover page of this presentation, we have University of Ghent, represented by Margot, that is a researcher who has been working with us, but the university, from the University of Ghent, other expertise have been involved during this journey. Then we have the Agricultural University of Plodi, where represented by Professor Stella Todorova. And then finally, we have the University of Granada, today represented by Luis Miguel, Francisco Navarro, that are professors at the University of Granada, Department of Human Geography. And then I think that we also have Aida. I don't know, I guess she could be.
Yeah, Aida Pinos is here as well.
Yeah, good. And then we have 4 universities, but that's not all, because along with the universities, we have farms. And the most important thing is that this project has been allowing farms and companies, enterprises and universities to work together in order to create something as new. And this something is just training material. And it is not usual that the training material, a new course, is developed by the conjoint work of companies dealing in a specific sector and the university. But this is the case. This is the case of this project. So going into the content of this presentation, I'll show you just these main aspects of the project. This is just a brief presentation, brief introduction to the project. Then the main content of the subject that you're gonna deal with during the course will be faced during the course itself. So I won't show you anymore. I will be very short just to draw your attention to follow the course. Okay, what is Itomato? As I told you, it's something in the acronym you can read something that linked to the tomato, but actually there is no linkage because it is an acronym meaning training and orientation for multifunction agriculture entrepreneurial opportunities. The sector, the economic sector we have been dealing with is the agricultural sector. So the idea is to develop something as a new that is innovative in the agricultural sector. And as innovative, we mean the approach to undertake activities. And to do that, 4 European universities and 4 farms have been working together. The idea of being innovative is conveyed by multifunctional agriculture. That means an intersectional approach between different economic sectors flowing into a common one that is the agricultural sector. So, you know, the idea of, we tried to stick to a couple of things at least. The first one is what has been developed at European level in terms of policies. What are the policy addressing in this way? And the policy addressing indicate that everything you will undertake in terms of economic activities and economic behaviors should be should lead to sustainability, to everything that is sustainable. And to be sustainable in agriculture, a way is undertaking multifunction agriculture. That means combining different sectors in order to achieve the same goal of obtaining outcome in the domain of agriculture, in the field of agriculture. In particular, we have 3 main domains that have been identified within this project. We have short food supply chain, then we have rural tourism, and then we have social and deductive farming. We know that this is not an exhaustive way to define the multifunction agriculture. You can find other domains, but these are the 3 that at least you can find for the within the multifunction agriculture.
Sorry, John, I just see that here there is somebody with a question. I will remind everybody.
Let me just conclude the presentation, and then at the end we will have a section just dedicated to questions, comment from you, everything you would like to raise, you will be welcome. Okay, 3 main domains: short food supply chain, rural tourism, and then social and deductive farming. I will next briefly introduce each of these domains, but this will be briefly introduced by the professors because I will show you the framework we have been working on. Then these are the main highlights of the project. We have 4 countries: Italy, Spain, Bulgaria, and Belgium. 4 cities mainly involved that refer to the universities, where the universities are placed: the Foggia, Granada, Plovdiv, and Ghent. And then linked to these 4 countries, we have 4 farms. Of course, the farms are from more or less the region where the university are placed, but not so close sometimes to the university. University of Foggia is the lead partner, so it's the margin, as I told you before, and the project lasts just 3 years. We are just concluding in the middle of the 3rd year, so the project is going to close in October. And then we have, of course, an official website. This is a link. When you see this light green, it's just a link you can click over, and then you access to something that is on our website. And then we have social media pages. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube channel. You can follow us as you prefer. And the last highlight is about the framework of the course that is outlined as a blended course that is frontal and virtual classes. Okay, guys, let's go over. Now we have what are the objectives of the course. Of course, to create something as a news, as I told you, something as news that having the goal of developing a new agricultural approach. I mean, that means pursuing the principle of being sustainable, and at least being sustainable in the way of achieving economic, environmental, and social sustainability. These three main concepts will be unfolded during the course. So don't mind if you don't know what is multi-level sustainability, don't mind if you know what is the environmental sustainability, social sustainability will be addressed during the course. But the main thing that you should keep in mind is that the course is not just about making you able to understand what are the marketing knowledge, what are the way to put a product on the market. No, it's not something like that. It's just something just to push your creativity, something just to push you to think out of the box, to think at something that is actually different to what already exists. So at the end of the course, you will be allowed to go abroad. This is in principle what has been indicated in the project, but some news in this way will be showed you during the beginning of the course, because but even today, because you know, the tricky situation that we are living for the pandemic is constraining the project in a different way, to follow a different path. So the internship will no longer be at international level, even if the budget will be also released to students. We'll have a national internship. So students will go to take this internship to the farm, being part in the project, but at a national level. So students from University of Plovdiv will go to Wild Farm to take the internship, but just select the students. And how to select the student, I will show you in a while. This is a framework. As I told you, it is a blended course made of an introductory course, dealing with managers, addressing managerial skills. And as I told you, it's not just about marketing knowledge, marketing skills. It's mainly about how to build a sort of mindset, how to build your attitude to be innovative, to be creative, to think out of the box. And then we have a second part. This part is had to be in presence, but will be actually taken virtually because of the pandemic. And then these last 10 hours, and during these 10 hours, you will face all these aspects. The material is already available in the platform, in the Moodle platform, and all the enrolled students have the access to this platform, because I think you already have, I'm sure you already have the credential to access the platform. And then you have a second part of the course that is a learning module. It is made of learning modules. E-learning doesn't mean something virtually. It doesn't mean something like meeting the professor. It just means downloading material and studying by yourself material, and then develop something that is asked to you. That is a project. It is a project. Develop your own multifunctional organization. by making use of the Itomato output. So at the end of the course, students will be released of 6 credits. This is up to the universities, but if I remember, all is 6 credits. And of course, you know, the language of course in English. Let me go over. Okay, this is an important, very important part of the course, because as I told you, you will be asked to develop your own multifunctional organization. But to do that, you have tools that have been developed during the project, during the first year of the project. And these tools are a readiness tool and business model canvas tool. That means assessing the resources and organizing these resources in a framework, so thereby allowing you to realize what is the source organization that you should implement, you should apply to start up your business. If you click here, you can just go to these tools that are available on our website. So we will browse together the website in order to discover how it works out. So what about the business model competition? No, this is an exam, exactly an exam. So an exam means that at the end of the course, you will take it is a university course. So at the end of the course, you have an exam. You will be evaluated. To do that, we have taught us something that is innovative, that is the business model competition. So it must be clear that all the enrolled students will be allowed to take the exam. So all the enrolled students will be asked to develop their own business idea, multifunction idea, but all the students will engage in this competition, and just 2 of all the students will be selected from each university to take part to the internship. So the best ones will be selected and will be financed by the project to take the internship to the farm, to the project farms. Of course, the internship means that you will carry out some activities that have been agreed during the project developed between universities and farm. This is meant in the project as coaching phase. So you acquire knowledge during the course, and then you implement this knowledge on the field and just address what can be done, what cannot be done, what is feasible during the internship. All the other students, of course, excluded from this selection, will be provided of a list of farms of organization to which they can apply for taking a sort of internship, being aware of the difficult period that we are dealing with. Okay, let me go over. What about the course registration? Okay, the registration are still open. At least I don't know what university have closed the registration. This is up to the beginning of the course to each university, but for example, the University of Foggia are still open, and then will be kept open until the beginning of the course. So until next week. You can get enrolled just clicking this link and going to the form, just filling out this form, and then sending the form to in order to obtain the credential to access the platform and other information, and by releasing your email address, then you will be added to the mailing list. But all the others not having done this and that would like to get enrolled the course can just send an email to us, and then we will address your registration to the course. Doesn't matter, but this must be done by the first class. But you find everything on our website. Just follow this process. Okay, the target group or project are just bachelor student, master student, PhD students, alumni, practitioner, anybody interested in. Everybody can attend the course. And of course, you easily understand that the credits can be released just to students, just those enrolled to the university. What about the timeline? Of course, will be more or less all university will close the course by May. And the beginning is different across the university parts according to internal rules. So guys, just clicking on this is a link. We will share this presentation. Just clicking this link, you find the eTOMATO team that have been working together since the 2018, November 2018. And of course, you are asked to subscribe our newsletter and follow us throughout our social media pages and the YouTube channel and so on and so on. So clicking here, we find, I'll just show you briefly what is the project. This is the University of Foggia, the team. This is University of Granada. This is the team from University of Ghent, Masseria Redenta, La Junquera. This is the Italian farm, the Spanish farm. This is the Belgian farm. This is the, these are two companies dealing with the management. Okay, guys, here you find everything you need. You find the results of the course, and then here you find the tools for multifunction agriculture that will be introduced during the course. You will be asked to use these tools to implement your business idea. Here you find the material. You just can get registered to the course by clicking here, or you can learn more about the course by downloading the brochure, the flyer, the event, everything you should need for. And then by clicking here, you just go to the course page. You have your credentials. You access the material at the page where you could, the platform where you can download the training material. What about the partners? I will just show you shortly something about the partners. Okay, you know, the University of Foggia is located in the Apulia region in the south of Italy. That is an area mainly focused on the agriculture from the economic point of view. That is the reason it is the lead part of the project, and it addresses all these aspects, all the aspects related to the multifunction agriculture, because it is a subject that is arising in the last years a lot, for many reasons that you will realize during the course. For the same reasons, we have in University of Granada, that is in Andalusia, in the south of Spain, and the Agricultural University of Plodi. Then we have the Ghent University, because we noticed that Ghent University, although they have a lot of industries, they are highly able to the farms that we found in Belgium are so able to generate outcomes and to be multifunctional. So we were interested in discovering more about that, being aware that we could learn from that. So that is the reason we have the Belgium in this project. That is absolutely an added value. Then we have the farm, the Belgian farm, and then we have La Junquera, as I showed you before, the Masseria Denta and Wild Farm. But before going to the other presentation, I would like to share you a couple of movies of two of the four our farms. We have the Italian one, and then after this, after my speech, I'll give the floor to the university, the other university colleagues, before going to the to give the floor to the farms. But I will show you. I think it is better to show you the farm later on after taking the presentation from the other university. So I just give the floor to you, the university, and then we get back to introduce the farm, to give the floor to the farm, and then you'll have time to pose your questions, comments. Okay. Okay, going to the first point that as a university, we would like to introduce about the concept of multifunctional agriculture, but more or less I've already introduced. That is about the subject of the project. The subject of the project means that we try to combine different economic sectors in order to get back results in terms of sustainability. That means, for example, for rural tourism, we have we need to preserve the environment to attract tourists, to attract people. From the deductive point of view, it is an added value because we train pupils, we train youngsters in respecting the environment. So it is a sort of investment for the future, for the next generation. This is the meaning of sustainability that we would like to convey with this course. But so the meaning of multifunctional agriculture is just brought by this concept of being sustainable and combining different economic sectors. So if in your business idea you will find something that is away from this three domain, but it is useful to achieve sustainability in the agricultural field, it will be welcome, of course, because it is going to be an added value to what has been already implemented. And so being multifunctional is just being innovative, combining different things, something that in the past was unrealistic to be taught together. This is more or less the general concept of multifunctional agriculture, but later on you will be allowed to make your questions on that if you have any doubt and any comment to raise. Now we have a brief presentation from the other university, University of Ghent, that has firstly prepared the introductory course, led the part related to the introductory course and the material that will be introduced during the virtual classes, the frontal classes, sorry. So I just shared the presentation from University of Ghent, and then I give the floor to Margot.
Thank you.
Yes, introduction code is here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can speak.
Yeah, I can't see the presentation yet.
Can you see the presentation?
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry. Okay, now you should see the presentation.
Yes.
You see the presentation?
Yeah, I can see it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so I will give a brief introduction of the introduction course made by the University of Ghent. So can you go to the next slide, John Luigi?
Yeah.
Okay, so the introduction course will be given in class, and the goal is to give students basic insights into entrepreneurial skills, which is really important for the success of any business. Yes, you can go to the next one. So the first lesson will be on rural development models and multifunctionality, but this will be explained by the University of Foggia later on. The second lesson will be on business plan and business canvas model. This is really important because every business really needs a business plan. And the goal of this class will be that you are able to write your own business plan and that you are able to use the business canvas model. The third lesson will be on marketing management. This is important for a business to achieve their marketing objectives and to be able to compete in a dynamic, competitive market. The goal of this class, so the goal of the marketing class, is to gain more knowledge into market analysis, marketing strategy, and the marketing mix. Yes, and then you can go to the next one. The fourth lesson is on financial analysis. This is important to evaluate the performance of a business and also to understand how you can finance your own business. And the goal of this class is to gain knowledge about financial statements, ratios, and types and sources of funding. And then the final class will be on cost accounting. And this is also important to evaluate the performance of a business and also very important for decision making. So, for example, if a company wants to introduce a new product to see if it will be feasible or not. And then the goal of this class will be to gain knowledge about fixed and variable costs, direct and indirect costs, marginal and differential costs, the break-even point, and activity-based costing. So that is it for the introduction course. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Margot. The next one, I think that we can go over with Granada, University of Granada. I think that this should be the presentation. Yeah, please. Can you see my screen?
Yes, but you are not sharing not yet my presentation.
Not yet your presentation. So do it again. Okay. Can you see my screen? Presentation.
Now, please, full screen and everything. It's okay. Thank you, Gianluigi. Thank you all. First thing I want to say, I'm very happy to be here, and it's a great pleasure to have this time, like a real class, to share with you an event like this. The Itomato project is, I really think it's an exceptional opportunity to debate, to build new approaches, to reflect on rural development. And this part, the e-learning classes, it's for me, in my view, probably the central part of this, the beginning of the most important part. I want to thanks to my colleagues from the 4 European universities involved in the project, and of course the manager, Gianluigi and Claudia. And of course, too, I want to thank the collaboration of the 4 farms, businessmen, businesswomen involved, and their collaboration. For me, I bring a very short presentation about who we are, what we do, and how we think we can collaborate in the goals of the eTOMATO project. We are 7 researchers and lecturers, professors, and researchers working in the University of Granada. We are all in the Department of Human Geography and the Regional Development Institute. We have, not me particularly, but the team has a great experience in teaching and developing pedagogical strategies and practice in economics, tourism, environmental engineering, history, heritage, and above all, geography. In undergraduate, but in postgraduate level too. And we have a strong support from our colleague or partner farmer, La Junquera, and they will have the opportunity to talk at the end of this presentation. And we think we can collaborate with Itomato in the module 3 about rural tourism. And we think rural tourism is a great opportunity, a tool to create opportunities in rural areas. It's a tool, something we can use to transform rural reality towards multifunctionality. We give here in Granada, we are going to get 2 courses. We are going to get our version of the introduction course about entrepreneurial skills. Margot explained very well the structures, the main ideas, the goals of this course. And after that, we will talk about the dates at the end. At the end of April and the first 2 weeks of May, we will get our rural tourism course. We expect to have 4 or 5 sessions. Session 1 is a connection between the introduction course and the module 3, an introduction to multifunctional agriculture, but not the same. How rural tourism can create multifunctionality, can work for multifunctionality. Session 2 or 3 is a approach to rural tourism theory and practice. We call that like this. We are going to talk about the territorial implementation of rural tourism, the possibilities for development. We are going to make regional comparisons, not only inside Spain, in Europe too, and not only in the countries involved in the projects. We bring cases from Germany, from Portugal, from France. And at the end, we reflect on entrepreneurship and rural tourism. Session 4 is about we call it good practices, case studies, failed projects, successful projects, and we expect to get interviews, testimonies, real businessmen and businesswomen. And this final session is the connection with the business model canvas competition and the final part of and the stay in the farm during the months of June and July. Please, Gianluigi, the next one.
Yeah.
And finally, just to share, to create confidence in the students, our proposal of dates is about, I think, next one, like this. It's about, we expect to have the courses, the 5-6 sessions in the end of April, beginning of May. At the end of May and first 2 weeks of June, I think we think with the collaboration of Yannick Schoenhoven and Alfonso Chico de Guzmán from La Junquera, we are going to develop the business model canvas competition, and we want the short stay and training on multifunctional agriculture in La Junquera at the end of June and July. We are trying to avoid the heat waves of July in the south of Spain. That's the only reason for that. So that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. And
thank you, Luis. Thank you very much. Thank you.
If you have any question, we are going to be here during the whole session. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. The next one is Professor Fiora, University of College. It's my colleague, Lila. Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you so much, Gianluigi. Thank you very much, Claudia. Can I share my screen, Claudia?
No, because we have some problems with the
Okay, don't worry. Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure for me to be here and to be a member of this great project. My presentation will not overrun the allotted time. I hope I will be on time. So we can go.
Try to open your presentation as soon as possible.
Yes.
Can you see your presentation?
No. Yes, the first one, Gianluigi.
Yeah. I think that I got it. Yeah, can you see now?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, guys, thank you again. So I will deal with the second module regarding social and pedagogical agriculture. The topics or the structure of the lesson will be, Gianluigi, will be the following ones. So we will range from the definition, policies and approaches of agriculture, the meaning of rural, the evocative meaning of rural, the concept of multifunctionality, and so we will analyze, investigate some interesting science-learning case studies, as for example Fabio Land's storytelling, and then other very interesting case studies. But let's find out how these topics graphed during the lesson. Please, Gianluigi.
Yes.
This is a funny and impacting cartoon, and this is a starting point because the idea is to highlight that agriculture can be identified as our mother nature. Please, Gianluigi, because agriculture not only delivers supplying basic food commodities crucial for global population and for the world, but above all, agriculture can play several roles, important social, cultural, environmental, and heritage roles, because the strategy is to follow a multifunctional and integrated approach, because the integrated approach appears crucial in this global context, crucial to face the market risks, for example, in this COVID pandemic period, and it's important to be competitive in new markets, because it means to be resilient, and resilient from the Latin language resalio means searching for salvation. Please. The starting point can be the difference between commodity output and not commodity output, because agricultural is crucial to deliver food and fibers, for example, rural tourism, as already said by Gianluigi, but not only, because the crucial point, the crucial path for the agriculture is to deliver not commodity outputs, for example, as you can see, rural landscape, maintenance of rural landscape, rural way of living, tradition, biological diversity, but above all, health and other non-commodity products, for example, just silence. Please, Gianluigi. So in this figure, you can see the three main aspects of social agriculture, of the social dimension of farms: therapy and employment, pedagogy and education, and training and employment. For example, to give confiscate land of criminal in order to to obtain new paths for peoples with some kinds of disadvantages. Please, Gianluigi. But we can summarize highlighting that social farming is environmentally friendly, aimed at the conservation of biodiversity, the promotion of food safety and quality, and not only, but the crucial point of this module, of this second module, will be highlighted that social farming is a tool of spreading knowledge, of creating positive emotional states, psychological well-being, at not only, above all, to include people who are easily marginalized. Please, Gianluigi, because as you can see, the idea is to spread positive emotional states, and as stated by the Nobel Prize Amartya Sen, to create sympathy. That is a concept borrowed by Aristotle that means harmony in feeling. So the next one, and to conclude, I will highlight that social farming can be identified as a tree. And as stated by the European Commission, the social farming is the crucial link, connection, the crucial bind between sustainable agricultural, rural farm, family farm, food safety, and the preservation of landscape and environment, as well as food supplies. In this tree, we can link in such a way the key topics of social farming with the topics that we will deal with during the lesson. For example, we will deal about the territory, the important role of the territory. Please, Gianluigi. Territory, sorry. First of all, we will analyze the new opportunity and the new chances for farmers, thanks to multifunctionality. Then the role of rural landscape to maintain the biodiversity. So the role of the territory, because we have a territorial integration, sorry, please. in the territory.
It is
Sorry, Gianluigi.
Yeah.
Territory, because we will deal with the territory integration, the multifunctional development. Gianluigi, sorry again back, sorry. And on the left side of the tree, you can see the several left regarding, don't worry, Gianluigi, regarding the ethics, regarding the community, and regarding these topics, we will deal with the some very interesting, evocative case study, the Fabio Land and the MIS project. That the MIS project in particular is a health project, very interesting, that was ended 2 years ago. And last but not least, we will deal also with the sustainability and the quality concept by means of dealing with the smart land Apulia region. That is another important project that can be the difference and can highlight the crucial role of the agriculture and the social agriculture in the future. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, thank you, Lila. Okay, guys, as you can understand, now something can appear being like confusing, because you are hearing many things about the topic, everything all together, just in one package. But the thing is that during the first part of the course, you will be allowed to understand what is multifunctional agriculture, what are the main concepts to implement, how to use the tools, managerial tools, what are the knowledge that you should put into your business plan for developing your business, for framing your business idea. Then we have 3 main dimensions. As you heard now, we introduced the introductory course. That is the part of the knowledge to be used to develop your farm, your business idea. And then you have the other domains of the second part of the course related to the specific domains you are asked to deal with. This means that you can select at least one of these domains. And these slides, this is just a very brief introduction. You have the material, and attached to the material also reading list recommended to be read in order to understand what is the topic, to go through into the topic, and in order to understand what is social, what is didactic, what is rural, what is short food supply chain. And you will use this material to understand what is this specific domain, and then extracting from this awareness your business idea by making use of the tools that you became familiar during the introductory course. This is the general outline of the course. So the first part is to acquire the tool, the knowledge about the tool, the managerial tool. The second part is to understand the content, how to do, what is the content to do, what are the aspects to be considered, what is the content of my business organization, my multifunctional organization, what is the object, how to, around which undertaking this sustainable path. Thank you, Lila. And then the last part, I would like, I'm missing any presentation. I don't know if I'm missing any presentation. Claudia, can you, anybody can just give me a feedback if I'm missing any presentation?
I don't have any more presentation on my side.
Okay, good. So I think that now it's the time of the farms, and we have a speech from Yannick, that is from La Junquera, from Spain. They lead. Yannick?
Hi.
Hi, hello. They lead a very good multifunctional car. They are so innovative, and they are so appealing for this project. So I just give the floor to Yannick to spend a few words about the role of the farms into the project, and also spending a few words on her organization. Please, Yannick.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Yannick. I live in La Junquera, which is in the south of Spain, Murcia. And we are an 1,100 hectare regenerative farm, as we call it, which is, yeah, the same, I would say, as multifunctional. And we do many things. We have decided that we want to transition to a very sustainable farm. We're organic. We try to improve biodiversity, water, soils, yeah, we do this in many different ways. So we have found that to do all these things, we need all the parts that multifunctional agriculture has to offer. So we have a didactical part. We teach students and entrepreneurs on how to manage farmland in a sustainable way. We do rural tourism. So, well, we did rural tourism until COVID started. So we've had quite some visits of different groups of people. Many of them have also helped to plant and to reforest part of the farms. We've also in the summer hosted a summer camp. So with that also we try to get kids more involved in farming and more interested in everything that farming can have to offer, and also see the beauty of it a bit more. And yeah, we also have how do you say, connections with local suppliers and people that import our goods. So it's very nice that, for example, the almonds that we make, we call them regenerative, but because they're regenerative, it is more expensive. And we're part of this cooperative where people pay more money for regenerative and organic almonds, and that way we can improve our land even more. So many of our projects are very interconnected. I would say one cannot really exist without the other. For example, the students that come to our farm, they do research on things that can improve the farm, can improve the area. And with that, we can also start new businesses. So we are always working with local entrepreneurs on starting new businesses. For example, now we have a winery in La Junquera. And we've started planting our own vineyard. And this woman that does the wine, she makes natural, sustainable wine. So it also helps us. And later, when we have our vineyard grown, she can also help us manage that. So we try to make everything as circular as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Yannick. Thank you very much for your precious comment and your precious words about multifunctional agriculture. Thank you very much. If we have Petya, if Petya is following the event, I would like that she spends some words from the Bulgarian side. We would like to hear the voice, the Bulgarian voice, this event. Petya?
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah. Petya leads the wild farm that is a very, very, very fascinating farm placed 100 kilometers more or less from Plovdiv. And they do a lot of things, many things. They are so innovative, so appealing, they are so fascinating. So, but I like that just Petya introduce a little bit their role in the project and what is the point, the point of view of the farms working this project, and what you think is an added value for you working with other farms around Europe and universities as well. Please.
Well, first I'd like to start by thank you to all of you for welcoming us. I know it's hard to work with farms because we have a lot of work on the farm, and it's hard to focus on anything else, especially with our farm, which is a family farm, and we we have, it's organic. Firstly, it's certificately organic, and we have a cattle herd with 1,200 cows at the moment, which is quite a lot, especially if we take care of them into the wild. We also have a slaughterhouse, and actually we do also have a small shop. So we close that circle from producing from raising the cattle to producing the meat and then selling it to the customers. We also have a small guest house for tourists, and we do a lot of activities with students as well. And the area is it's well known for our vultures. So we have a lot of international tourists here to take in all the beauty surrounding us. We What helped us joining this project was seeing that other farms are there are other farms like us, and taking their experience into our farm. So because they do different things, and we can exchange experience between each other, and what works and what are the obstacles. And my role is, I don't know, many maybe trying to implement more innovative ways into our farm, because my parents are more like, we do it like 100 years ago, which is good for the environment, but it's a lot of work. So we need innovations.
Yeah, and thank you, Petya. It's much interesting are much interesting your words about your organization. That it's just a paradigm of being multifunctional. I mean, and as you can notice from this group, you just find the young guys working together. So the approach is to be innovative, to think targeted to the future. So we think it's something that is into the future, that should be into the future. So
sorry, Gianluigi, I also posted the various websites for the farms, so people can look for the information, their services, and what they do for all the farms. So the first is the Spanish farm, then we have the Bulgarian, then the Italian, and then the Belgian one. And they're very informative, so if they want to have a look, please go ahead.
yes, but I would like to play the video of the farm that I anticipated before. Can you see my screen? This?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Yes, I'm gonna play a couple of video. These are the two farms, one from Italy and one from Belgium. The first one is from Italy, it's Masseria Redenta. That is another multifunctional farm, mainly dealing with didactic and social farm. In Italy, we have a lot of farms dealing with in this sector, and they were gaining a lot of results before this, of course, difficult situation that they are dealing with. So I'm gonna play the video in order to understand what is the farm. Well, as you can see, they do a lot of things. Don't think that one thing that I would like to address is don't think at multifunction at a new farmer like Mimo Masseria Denta, like Yannick from what's happening? And don't think at this farm as this farmer having not studied or having not any schooling degree. All these guys have studied, most of them have a PhD degree. They have a lot of knowledge. That is the reason we think they are able to implement in something like that. So just move away from this ancient way of thinking that the farmer, that is someone not having studied, not having able to apply high level of knowledge. This is not the reality. The world is changing, and also the agriculture is changing, starting to change. We just push this changing with this project, with the spreading out knowledge that now the world needs for. Okay, the other video is about, and sorry for what was happening before. The other video is about the EV. Let me just open again the web page. That is something closed. Okay, I should have it here. Okay, now it should work out. Sorry. Okay, now you should see the screen. Can you confirm that you see the screen?
Yes, we do.
2011. Het is eigenlijk een samensmelting van 2 familiebedrijven. Dus ik heb het bedrijf overgenomen van mijn grootouders hier in Koningsoord. En mijn man heeft het bedrijf overgenomen van zijn vader in Berlaar. En de twee zijn dan eigenlijk samengegaan, waardoor dat wij eigenlijk een wisseling hebben van volle grondsgroenten enerzijds en anderzijds akkerbouwmatige gewassen zoals maïs en grasland om de teeltrotatie aan te bieden. Wij telen dus enerzijds volle grondsgroenten die wij allemaal rechtstreeks vermarkten op markten of via onze hoevenwinkel of via boeren en buren. Daarnaast hebben wij ook een zorgboerderij, dus wij vangen eigenlijk mensen met een beperking op die wij een zinvolle dagbesteding aanbieden. En dan bieden wij ook nog recreatieve activiteiten aan, zoals bijvoorbeeld het maïsdoolhof in de zomer. En daarboven geven we ook nog rondleidingen aan scholen en aan groepen. Momenteel, wij zijn eigenlijk juist goed van start gegaan en het belangrijkste is om alles een beetje te optimaliseren, om eigenlijk een beetje meer ruimte te krijgen voor ons eigen. En daarnaast zouden wij ook heel graag met de groenten die wij zelf kweken op het bedrijf een meerwaarde creëren, bijvoorbeeld door te versnijden of soepen te gaan aanbieden. En dat dan te koppelen aan onze VZW, onze zorgboerderij, waardoor dat we dan op termijn ook 1-op-1 begeleiding kunnen aanbieden met de meerwaarde die we kunnen creëren uit onze groenten die we verwerken.
Okay, that's it. As you can see, this is a completely different farm, more or less. They do not do so didactic, but they do a lot of short food supply chain and a lot of many other. I'm sorry, but in automatically YouTube plays other video. So they do a lot of things. They are so innovative, they cooperate with universities, they are running a lot of projects, and it is very particular to discover these farms because they are sometimes different each other, but complementary, I mean, for the idea of being multifunctional. And So, but you will discover more during the course. Okay, guys, this is the time of raising question, raising your hand and posing question, making comments and whatever. This is the time.
Maybe first, Gianluigi, I will just give an overview of the Moodle platform to students, because I know that many people have problems with enrolling sort. So maybe I can share. Can you make me share my screen or not? Maybe you can put me as host.
Yes, yes.
You mind?
I don't remember how to make it.
So you have to click on my name and then more, make as host.
Yeah, thank you.
So now I can share my screen. Yes. Okay, so this is our website, with which maybe some of you are already familiar with. Let me remove this. So here you find all the information about the course, about our results, as Gianluigi was already explaining before, contacts, and here as well, this is a page for the news in which we publish what we consider important in general from the field of multifunctional agriculture, and especially with what our farms are doing. By the way, I'm Claudia Delicato, I'm from Tinada, so I didn't introduce myself, and we are dealing with the communication part of the Itomato project. So most likely with the emails about the Moodle platform, it would be with me that you're dealing with. So as already explained, we have a YouTube channel, which is gonna be increased and enlarged with some more videos. We also have an Instagram account in which we publish like the most relevant news, but most of the activities or content is published on the LinkedIn and Twitter pages. They're updated at least once a week with very useful information, Facebook as well, and these are our channels for communication. So I wanted to explain something about the Itomato Moodle platform. This is the page that you're most likely to see when you log in as a student, as all of you are, of course. If you click on Site Home, you can get to all the modules or the sub-courses of the multifunctional agriculture courses, and they're open to be enrolled without keys, without requirements, and without registration. If you click, for example, on the second module, the one offered by the University of Foggia, you can find all the information and all the content already. Sorry, I think it's a bit slow just because we're dealing with a big presentation. And here you can click on self-enrollment and you can see that no enrollment key is required. And once you enroll, you can access the whole content. So the presentations, the links, the quizzes, the external resources, and all the sort. Of course, if you have any issues, you can email the email address that has been in contact with you the last couple of days, so the Itomato email. And I hope that you will find this course challenging enough and entertaining. Yeah, so that was it from my side.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you very much. I would like just to let us think, just specify that at the end of this course, your product, your business idea, your output will be published on the website. So you will be allowed to link your CV, your anything that can be valuable for you. You can do with this sharing. So you can use the link of your output and spend this for your future concern. So this is turn of students. If you have any question, I saw that we have some hands raised. Okay, I will. I'm not able to pronounce name in Bulgaria, so just switch on your microphone and then and speak. Guys, just open your microphone and speak.
Okay.
I see that. Okay. Please.
I got some questions. Actually, we will be notified for the next modules, aren't we? In order to participate.
What do you mean for the next module? Notified for the next module. Did you enroll the course through the procedure that I showed?
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
Did you enroll the course through the procedure with the procedure that I showed you before, following the procedure that you find on the website on the link? Did you fill out the form?
No, I didn't.
Okay, you can just browse our website and then you find the link to register the course.
Okay.
You just go MA course and then you find everything is easy.
I will do the registration there, but in order to continue with the webinar, this seminar, I have to enroll every time.
No, just once.
Just once, okay.
Yeah, you just once and then you will be enrolled to the entire course.
Okay.
But the thing is that the course is not at international level. It doesn't mean that we will meet it all together again. It means that, where are you from? Sorry.
I'm Greece. I'm from Greece and I study
you're from Hungary. So
Plovdiv. I study in Plovdiv.
So you Plovdiv. So your professor will be Stella Todorova, and she will address everything that we introduced today related to the introduction course. So you will take classes with her, the first 10 hours, and then you work alone, just asking at your convenience for mentoring, for tutoring at your professor. The things that this must be specified. You get enrolled just once. This must be clear, and then the first part of the course is taken by classes, virtual classes by classes. The second part is by working by yourself. But when you will need a kind of sort of support, any kind of tutoring, we will be free to send an email to the professor and just to organize a meeting in order to address your product, what you will have been developing. That is your business idea by using the tools. So if something won't clear to you at the moment you will be working, you just send an email to Stella, also to me. I will be able to help you some way.
Okay,
you think that something can be useful from Italy. If you would like a business deal mainly sticking to the Italian farm, if something changes from your farm.
Okay, I see. And something else, how long is this seminar going to last?
Yeah, it depends. The schedule is given by each university. So, for example, in Italy, we have 2 hours each every Saturday for 5 Saturdays, sorry, because 10 hours, 2 hours by lecture. So this is because you must keep in mind that the first part is about taking 10 hours in class.
Okay.
And then the second part is about downloading material and working by yourself, by making use of the tools that have been developed with the project. And the tools are readiness tools and business model canvas tool. You use these tools to develop your business idea, and you address the content, the object of your business idea by going through the training material of the 3 domains that you find in the platform. You just select at least one. You can develop something crossing the 3 domains that should be of higher value. I mean, so can confer higher value to your product, but you are asked to select at least.
I see. And something else I was about to ask. I forgot it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I will raise my hand later.
Okay, good. Any other question, guys?
Hi, I have a question.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Sorry, guys, can you switch off your microphone if you have already spoken? Elena, please.
So the question is that if you would recommend to enroll in every modules, or it's preferring to enroll in one of them.
Now, the thing is that this must be also clear. Thank you for your question, Elena. You enroll to the course. Then the selection of the specific domain during the second part of the course, it's up to you. It doesn't mean that you need another enrollment to a specific course. It doesn't mean that. It just means that you pick a course, a specific domain, and you work on that. You download the material, and then at the end, your exam will be that okay, I'm going to present this multifunction organization dealing with rural tourism.
Okay.
Rather than social didactic farming. So in principle, we can, as a professor, we can discover at the time of the exam the content, the subject of your presentation, of your business idea. But I think that it is sound to inform beforehand the professor about the topic you would like to deal with, in order to let professor address you during this journey.
Okay. The hour is on Saturdays?
Yeah, in Italy, it's up to the university. To reply to this question, I should give the floor to the colleagues from University of Granada. In Italy, it's on Saturday, in order to avoid overlapping with the other classes, because the course is open to bachelor and master students.
So yeah, the introduction course is dealt by the university of your physical university. So if you're enrolled in Granada, Spain, the introduction course will be given by them.
Yeah.
And the people who are not enrolled in any university will receive an email with the universities to which they will be assigned.
But we have the answer, because Luis is here. So Luis, we can shed a light on that.
Yeah, we expect we have our teaching hours from Monday to Friday, but we don't know exactly the moment of the day. Yeah.
And maybe another thing, the students can also combine the different domains of multifunctional agriculture.
Yeah.
So if at the end of the project they want to present something about rural tourism and social agriculture, they can. It doesn't have to be just one domain, because multifunctional agriculture per se is multifaceted and holistic, so they can combine different activities together.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, but details on the subject, on specific meaning of particular knowledge that you should acquire will be given during the course. So guys, don't mind about that. This is just a presentation. If you have questions, raise your hand, because it is important to address this question. But the exhaustive answer you will be given during the course.
So I got one more question.
Yeah.
So I'm studying in Plovdiv. We don't know when the first lesson is going to begin, right? We're going to be notified.
I don't know, but I know that we are close to start the course, because the professor Todorova is here, and we know that the course is close. I don't remember exactly the date, but you are so close. So you just send it. You just email the professor.
Okay.
Just email the professor. You were informed about the course by which channel?
I was informed by my professor from a different lesson.
Okay, you just ask him how to get through the course, or any links about that, because something should be around, or just browse our website.
This is what I'm doing now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but in the website there are no. But I think that we are gonna post the beginning of the course of each university. That's a good point. Claudia, can you take a note? Giuditta, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the provisional date for the Plovdiv Agricultural University should be in March, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
yeah,
about 15 March. The middle of March we plan to start.
But we were gonna send an updated email with the calendar with the start of the lesson, as long each time that we get information from the universities. So you're gonna be updated via email as well.
Yeah, but I think that at this point we will share all the schedule of all universities on our website. So you just follow our website, and you find new next days by next week. Just follow us, because we are gonna share this news throughout our social media. Also, Claudia will share something throughout Facebook and things like that. So you will find information about that. But thank you for the question, for raising this point, because it is very important.
There is a question on the chat, Gianluigi, if you want to address it.
Sorry, can you repeat, Claudia?
There is a question on the chat from Antonio.
Yeah, sorry. Not misunderstood. At the end of the course, there will be an exam that focuses on the topics covered in the then we'll be introduced to the tools for starting up a new multifunctional organization. And then the second part of the course, as I already said, you will be asked to develop a multifunctional organization by making use of the tools that have been developed. So what is the object of your business organization, multifunctional organization? You find the object in at least one of the three domains of the second part of the course: rural tourism, short food supply chain, and socially adaptive farm. At least one of these three should be used by you to implement your farm, at least one. Then you can expand this domain, crossing the other three domains, or think that it's something else also. But at the end of the course, you will be asked to present your business, because the exam is just a presentation. You work on your project and then you present your project. And you should convince that your project is good, is sustainable, and can be successful. You should convince the professor about that. And the most capable, and capability means also how you will explain your project, how you will present your project. This is very important. We want to stress a lot these things, because we deem that these are very important capabilities that one should be acquainted with. So this is very important. So at the end of the course, you will have this opportunity to share your project idea, and then beyond the exam, your project idea, will be refined by the project team and will be published on our website with your name. Will be authored by you. We refine, we will edit, we will do something together. So we will keep in touch. We'll keep in touch to refine everything and then to use it. Of course, if you will win the internship, you will be financed by the project, and then you will be free to decide if to take this internship or renouncing to this internship. This is the process. I hope I answered your question.
And complementary to the final evaluation or the business model and the project, there are also some quizzes and tests on the Moodle platform for each module that you have to complete, for you as well to understand better all the principles of the module or multifunctional agriculture in general. So yeah, they're both very important as well.
Please, a collaborator with Professor Todorova, please.
Gianluigi, I would like to present our former PhD student, Valentina Apieva. She was enrolled in our multifunctional agriculture course, and now she would like to share some her impression from our course.
Thank you.
To
Please,
say
Valentina,
something.
you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Professor Todorova, for this introduction. Good afternoon, dear organizers and dear colleagues, and thank you very much for inviting us today. My name is Valentina Agapieva Ali Osman, and I am a former student of PhD student at Agricultural University of Plovdiv. My specialty is in production management, and my subspecialty is organic farming. My area of research is since 2014, mainly in organic farming. Currently as well, I keep doing this. But before that, I would like to thank you and also congratulate you for organizing this important international event in such a tough and difficult situation in which the whole world finds itself at the moment because of the COVID-19. The eTOMATO project's purpose is to unite approaches for delivering set of main knowledge and skills to university students, traditional farmers and new entrants, turning them into multifunctional agricultural practitioners, where the application of entrepreneurial-oriented classes, e-learning, MA modules, and transnational practice level into the MA area are engaged. As one of the project's partners involved with short food supply chains, we are absolutely proud and delighted to be part of such a necessary and valuable innovative initiative as the project is. We believe that it can develop new strategies and methods for building awareness to ensure customers' confidence in multifunctional agriculture. The future project development is a sure prerequisite for building socially oriented, environmentally friendly, and profitable multifunctional agriculture. As a specialist in organic farming, I would like to also say a few words about the future and the benefit of organic production, organic agriculture into the multifunctional agriculture family. Organic farming production is a multifunctional set of activities that integrates economic and social issues with environmental concerns and is an appropriate alternative for many manufacturers, processors, and traders, and farmers, of course, helping to make the best organization decisions, management, and development of their farm. The production method provides a specific market segment and contributes to the protection of the environment and animal welfare, as well as to the development of rural areas. In other words, organic farming is a good practical way of agri-environmental as a sustainable approach for the development of modern green farming. I have been studying and doing research about organic farming since 2014, as I said, and present as well. I'm also teaching accountancy in the United Kingdom as a lecturer, college lecturer, and I'm still researching cost accounting, management accounting in organic farming and multifunctional agriculture itself. Thank you very much again for.
Thank you, Valentina. Thank you, Valentina.
Very welcoming. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Valentina. This is very important, guys. I really say thank you, Valentina, because she addressed a very important point. The first one rising from this introduction is about the fact that this event, this initiative of working together project allow people to exchange each other, to know each other, to engage collaboration. Valentina introduced herself. This is a very good opportunity for everybody being aware about her knowledge, because this can help anybody else, perhaps interested in going in depth the topic. But going to the topic, organic farming is another dimension of the multifunction agriculture. You will learn that short food supply chain is something that more or less always exists in multifunction agriculture, and organic farming is a way to undertake sustainability. But I'm not expert in that, but I just know a few things about that. I don't want to make mistake that so that Valentina has to raise her hand to address me, but I know this. So it is very important. This is very important for the Bulgaria side. So you have a good resources to exploit for during the course. Thank you for the intervention. Thank you, Stella. And I see Leonardo. Any question? Leonardo Ruiz?
Yeah, hello. I have a question regarding the project that we have to develop. Is this project to be considered like in a place, like in one of the 4 countries, or can it be anywhere?
Yeah, in principle, it can be anywhere. What do you mean for anywhere? Where are you now?
I'm in Belgium, But
no, you can attend the course in Belgium. Have been contacted by Belgian guys for this project. It doesn't matter. In principle, Europe wants a standard approach. That means that you won't feel being part of a specific part of Europe. I mean, you are from Spain, but you should feel part of the Europe, not the Spain. So if you are in Belgium, you study in Belgium, and the approach is the same that you should find in Spain. This is more or less the principle that is bolstered by the European Commission. So it is absolutely welcome that you get a road to the University of Ghent for following the course.
Okay, but the idea is to make the business canvas model for a farm, like could be in Spain or France or any other part. Okay, because these limitations will also constrain the results of the project.
No, absolutely no. Just keep in mind that you learned that during the course that this is a project that aims at exchanging good practices and at extracting good practices somewhere around the world. We mainly deal around the European area, but somewhere around the world. If we are able to transfer as much knowledge as possible, the more we'll be able to transfer knowledge, the more we will be achieve the results. So if you will bring something that add value to the project, adding value to the project from France, from UK, from somewhere else is welcome. Don't mind about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other question? Just switch on your microphone, speak. Okay, if you think that if you don't have any other questions, we can close. We are a little bit later because we are 10 minutes later. So I think that we can close here the event. I say thank you all. Thank you guys for having participated to this course. Thank you all the students that will attend the course, not attending this event, but just spread out the news that this event has been recorded. So anybody interested in it will be allowed to go it through and to watch it again on demand. So I think that you will find this recording on our YouTube channel. Is it right, Claudia?
Yes, possibly. Yeah, we can upload it there as well.
Yeah, we will upload it on YouTube. Yeah. We will share it by Facebook as well. So, guys, thank you. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Luigi. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you all, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
For the Italian students, see you next week. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Take care.